Monday Night Poker. First, let me explain. See, I'm part of this weekly poker league that has been spanning over the course of 20 years now. Since it being held on a Monday night, I'd say we have more reason than most to actually look forward to the beginning of the week. The game is No Limit Hold'em. It's a $25 buy-in with an additional $5 that would go to the last man pot, being that the last person surviving that's involved with that pot obtains that amount. There's also $5 bounties. The league works off of a point system where you earn points through placing, knocking other players out, and even just buying in. But you do lose a point for every rebuy, which there is also an unlimited number of times of those available before the halftime / chip up. So the year of the Poker League is broken up into two halves, two seasons if you will. And at the end of the year, your total points determines how much your starting stack will be for the main event at the end of the year, which we will play for good sums of money as well as an engraved trophy bracelet. Now, in my 9 years of playing, I haven't won one of those yet, but this is a big year for me because not only is this the 20th anniversary of this poker league, it's also my personal 10-year anniversary being with this league. So follow me on this journey and let's see how the first game of 2025 begins. Our first hand's going to start in a heads-up battle between Jeremy and I. I've got ace-9 offsuit, and we get to see a flop come jack-8-10. Two spades. Jeremy's going to bet 50, and I'll call. The turn is the 3 of diamonds, so now we've got two flush draws available. Jeremy bets 150. I'm going to call this one. And on that river, we end up getting a straight because we've got the queen of spades. Now, the spade flush gets there, and even a bigger straight will get there as well. I lead for 200, and he calls after asking about what that last card was. He asked if it was a spade. At this point, I think he's got the flush. But after turning over his hand, it turns out we both chop the pot, we both have the straight. In this next hand, I pick up pocket jacks. I raise the 200 pre-flop. We've got 4 callers. Probably should have raised a little bit more on that one. The flop comes king 7-3, 2 clubs. Killer Miller bets 300 on my left. We get a couple folds and I will call. We've only got 1 card over to worry about right now. We're not giving up jacks that easily. The turn is the 8 of clubs. The flush gets there. Killer Miller checks. I check as well. We spike a set by the river, and I'll bet a little 400, hoping to get re-raised maybe, or just getting some thin value. Killer Miller quickly calls to reveal he's got actually a set of 7s. Set over set. Probably could have made a little bit more on that last one. In this next hand, we pick up a couple of amazing cards here. King, Queen of Hearts. We're looking at 40% of a royal flush here. I raised to 150, and I just so happen to get bagged for recording this one.
Are you recording this hand for the vlog?
Can you see on the front?
No.
Oh. Little red dot?
Big red lights.
Big red lights.
3 people call, and the flop is actually pretty terrible for our hand. 8-3-7 rainbow.
That way you don't gotta take it good enough.
That's another thing.
It checks all around. The turn is a 4 of spades. Checks around again. And that river is a jack. Check around, and I lose, of course, to a high card, which is going to be the ace-king. Honestly, surprised there wasn't some more action pre-flop with that loan. On this next hand, I'm sitting in the big blind with a sneaky pocket queens, the ladies. Michael Jordan over here is going to bet 225. The small blind calls, and I'm going to re-raise this one up to 950. We want to take this down now or really charge those other hands.
950.
Turns out 950 was the right number to do the trick. We've had some all-ins. We got 10 jacks suited versus ace queen suited. Ace queen holds. Now we're getting into the nitty-gritty with the blinds. I'm sitting here with a queen 4 offsuit. The stack size is only 21k. Now I'm big blind, and the small blind calls, and I just check, just hoping to see a good flop. The flop comes king queen ace. It's not that great, honestly. But there was no action pre-flop, so there's a good chance that he's not playing with a king or an ace. We check it down, we get to see the turn. Another king. I feel a little bit safer with that one. We check it down once more and we get an inconsequential 5 on the river. Being able to check that one through, thank God the weak queen that I'm holding actually holds up, and now we're up to 25k.
The king felt better.
Now the video cuts out for this one, but we did get it all in with ace queen against 5s. The ace queen actually got to win this one, so we got a nice double up here. In this next hand we're sitting at with jack queen suited. Again, it's another 40% of a royal flush. I'm going to raise to 1200 pre-flop against the small blind, and somehow even with that raise we still get 4 ways to the flop. The flop comes jack 5-9 rainbow. It's probably the best case scenario for me, although we could be outkicked. Big blind decides to go all in with 2100, and when it comes back around to me I'm going to re-jam.
All in?
The others fold and get out of the way, and Dick has the up and down draw with his 10 queen of clubs, and I'm sitting there with top pair. Turn comes a 10 of spades, giving him even more outs, and that river is the brickiest of all, the deuce of diamonds. We hold and get a massive double up while knocking out a player. Hey, so the video died at this point, so I have to fill you in on some details. Pretty much we got down to just a heads up between me and 50-buck Chuck. So I pretty much had a 3-2 chip lead on him, and then we got to a hand where I had like queen 10 offsuit. I tried to make a move, and he ended up shoving over top. In which case I didn't feel confident in my hand at that point and just had to fold, which led us to a now 2-3. So I suggested a split, and we got it through. All in all, we split first place with 50-buck Chuck, and made 113 bucks, including the bounties. Not bad. I am recording this one a little bit later. I did end up missing the second week's game, but so far we're starting out pretty good on the leaderboard with the new year. But anyways, I'll keep you updated as much as I can on the weekly poker night videos, and as always, enjoy your stay.